Alright, so when we go to section, this file, you have your front view, we have your end view, we have your plan view. So, but you have to put a section into the drawing. So we're going to cut this drawing. You can either cut it two ways. You can cut it so you can see down through the middle here, or you can cut it so you can see the bolts that are here. So you can either do an offset section or a straight section. So I'm just going to put in the lines now with our leader. But to get the measurement of our leader, I'm going to offset about 15, come into the left and come into the right. So I'm just using this line. So I'll offset again, the same 15. Okay, so that's done. So when I put in my leader, which is here, I click the top, I come down, and then I type a capital A. So I do the same thing over this side. I come to my leader, and I type in A. So this is what our cutting plane is going to look like. Follow me so far? Alright, so I'm just gonna make it dark, leave it as a dimension. So that cutting plane that is there, you will change the layer a little later, but that cutting plane shows us that this drawing is cut right down through the middle here. No, I'm not seeing your web in the plan view. So I'll just draw in that web now, because you have to make sure that everything lines up. Alright, something here looks off. So the web over here is 15. But the web over here is 18. What measurement is your web supposed to be? Is it 15 or 18? Just tell me which one. Do you want 18? You sure? Okay. So the height is 30. Okay, so it's a 30 height. Alright, so 18 then. So I'll just put in the offset of 18. I'm just checking the measurement here because I realized that something is a little off. So the measurement from there to there is 28. And then this measurement, so yours comes in 12. And then you have a 28 measurement there. Now over here, 12. You have a 28 measurement here. Because I'm realizing that your washer is buttony line on one side, but it's not on the other. That's very strange. Because the measurements are the same. I don't know why it's buttoned this line here. Alrighty, so we bring down that line for the washer. for the web. And then we also bring on the web over here. So most of your web here is going to be a hidden detail. All right, so you understand the web does there? So the whole point of that was to show that you are cutting the web. Now the thing is that you don't section webs. So you just need to remember that as we go forward. So when this drawing is cut straight down here, it is hitting certain points. So it's hitting here, the cutting plane is cutting there. It's also cutting here. It's cutting the bolt that is there. It comes and it cuts the washer. So all of these things here are going to be sectioned, right? So since it is cutting across here, okay, will this be hidden detail still, or will I see this hole in here? Is it cutting that hole though? Is it cutting that hole that's there?
Sir, yes, sir. Let me see.
Is it cutting the hole? Where's that hole? That hole is there?
Yes, sir.
Is that being cut by the line?
Yes, sir.
No. So you're not going to see this anymore. You understand that?
Let me, so you cut it, and you only see that you want, huh? Oh.
It's cutting here.
Oh,
It's cutting this flat space. Good. So now remember I said that there are two ways that you can do this section. So the other way you can do this section is where you show that hole. So you can actually put your leader. You can put your leader up here so that it cuts the hole and you can show the hole. So it depends on where you have it. If it is cut here, then up here will be solid. You will see this line here as a solid line, that's a solid line. But the way you're cutting it, cutting down through the middle, and there are no hidden detail lines in the sectional view. So these hidden detail lines will go. Alright, so as we come across here now, it comes to the web. Do you realize the web is cut? Do we section webs? Alright, so the web will not be sectioned. No, it comes here to the upright. Will we still see this line here? So we will not see that line. So it appears that your line is not meeting. Okay, good, it is. So you will not see over here either. Remember I told you about these double lanes and triple lanes. You gotta check to delete them. So this is gonna be a smooth piece here. This is a smooth piece here. Remember you're not gonna see the hidden detail lines because of how this is cut. You follow that so far? Alright, so it comes up now. So realize that down here it is cut straight through this part. Right? So how is up here gonna look?
This part would be squished, that was good. That was solid.
It would be solid, okay? Now you have given the threads, you have put threads on the screw right through, okay? So that's a problem because it will not have threads right through, only to the end where it's going to be screwed on. Follow?
So this can instead of ending, because I understand you trying to play threads, screws is only got if you screw this now, you straight and stop for a little bit off of here.
Exactly. So this nut is screwing onto that end. You don't need threads all the way through. All right, so you're not going to section washers either. So over here is going to be cut. Right, remember we don't section washers. But in here is going to be cut, and then we'll see that space. All right, so now what about the bush? Will this stay hidden or what will happen to this? Based on how it is cut. Remember you don't have the bush in here yet. Okay. It can be shown because it's cut right down through the center. So your bush is somewhere around here, and there's a circle.
All you can see is you can see the ball and you can see this thing will top of it.
Yeah. So when you go to section it, this is how it will look here. So you can see the bush now because that's on the inside. So what about this thing here with the pulley? Will it still have these parts or will this be just one solid thing?
Solid?
It will be solid because the pulley is one solid piece, right? Right, so now most of our section here is finished. Now, since you don't section nuts or bolts, we'll just move this hidden detail here.
Other than answer that, other than answer, if you section bolt, it doesn't cube.
Yeah, but you wouldn't say you don't section fasteners on the bolt. There is a fastener. All right, so based on your cutting plane, this section is finished. Now the thing here is that you will make sure that you use different sectional lanes, because the pulley here is one section, really the bush is something else, right? So I'm just gonna flip the angle here to back to 0, and I'll just change the measurement a little bit for the pulley. All right, so now the body, we could just change the measurement for the body. No, I'm not still selected. So when I go to hatch the body of the figure, all right, is it finished or no? Over here is section as well. All right, so don't get confused. This center line, you try to stretch your center lines up and down. All right, so now this figure is no section, we put it on the correct layer. And the sectional layer is a magenta layer. So now this sectional view here is complete. Now you still have a few things missing in your drawing, right? But for now, this sectional view is complete. Now, if we wanted to do an offset section, which is what you will decide to do, you can cut here, and then I want you to bring down the line from here. But the whole thing is that you want to show the nuts. So I'll just copy this up here. Alright, so as I said, you want to show the nuts. So if you want to show what is on the inside, so now if it were cut this way, this cutting plane and stuff like that will change. Right? Because you can see this bowl and watch the thing here. So what will happen here is that because the line is cut straight through it, you will actually see that up there. So in here now will not be section. Okay. In here it will be solid. Right, so you will see that. So everything else will stay the same. Because the cutting plane, the line comes down here, and then it goes across there, then it comes back up. So it will still appear the same. The only difference, well, it will not appear the same actually, because where this line is, you will not see the web anymore. Okay? If it was down here, this would be correct if this line was down here. Because when we cut this, you could see the web behind there.
So it depends. So basically, it depends on where the arrows are projected.
Yeah, and it depends on where the cut is. So for you, if you still want to show the web, you put the line down here. And obviously the next one will go over here. So these are just the two examples. You will decide which one you want to use, and then this drawing will be finished.
So that's what we do. They do too. So what we and do just put circles that are missing.
Which circles are missing in view?
Because F is the so this is so. You say you want to walk side that nothing you didn't touch nothing. Let's say you just did these the circles we just get.
Oh, you need to put in the hidden detail for those circles. So to put in the hidden detail for those circles, you will draw new circles. Let me turn on the hidden layer. And here's how you can do that quite easily. You just reproduce this line, draw over this. You can draw over this. And then you come to your circle, make sure it's from the center, because sometimes these circles have numerous centers. So make sure it's on the center. Draw one. Draw two. And draw three. And then so we turn off the outline layer, and then we trim. And then we could delete this one as well. And delete this other line that I did. And then we could turn back on the layer. So the hidden detail will be there now. Okay? Now I think that this line here is your bush. This is the last thing that I'll do. This line here is your bush. Let me just check to make sure. So yeah, that's your bush. So remember your bush is missing here in plan view. So now you just put in your bush. And this is the left side of it. And just change it to hidden detail, which is what you will see. Alright, so you need to put in the bottom part of it from that right side. But for the most part, this is it. So what you will do is you decide where you want your section to be. If you want your section to be showing just the middle, or if you want your section to show these bolts here. So you either put it down here, one to the bottom here, or you put it in the middle. So this line will come down here to show your cutting plane, and you would just choose which one of those you want to do it at. If you want to do it at A here for the bottom, so that it comes and then it comes up to the center and comes across, or if you're just doing it flat across. All right, so that's it for now.